What did you just do there?
It was you, or was it my drink? I thought you went.
I thought you did that.
No.
Like that.
No. All right, I was laughing at you going.
Anyway, welcome back to Say It Like a Mum. I'm Loz.
And I'm Ali. So we literally did a post a few days ago, didn't we? Asking what people would like us to talk about, or topics that they want to hear about, or like, because obviously we want the engagement from all the other people, don't we? We want the engagement off our followers. So we're going to touch on some topics that people want us to talk about.
Yeah, and a lovely mum-to-be messaged us about her worries and concerns that she had and is having while she's pregnant, and wanted to know if other mums felt the same. And when she sent the topics through, I was like, we need to touch. We need to touch on these topics, because the topics that worries that we had when we were pregnant and worries we still have now, and I'm guessing there's other mums out there that will have the exact same worries as these, and we just have to touch on them. Like, we need to dedicate a whole episode to these topics,
because as well, I feel like some of the things what we're going to touch on, if you don't have any friends or close family members who have already had children or are pregnant themselves, who do you turn to?
Exactly.
But Google and ChatGPT sometimes scare the actual shit out of you.
Yeah, they do. And the thing is as well, it's not the same as someone giving you actual real life advice. Like, when she messaged me and when she messaged us, and I was replying to it, I was like, genuinely, me and Ali had to use ChatGPT, and it became our best friend. But it's not the same as chatting to someone else about their real life situations.
Absolutely. Like, I've always said that I would take mum advice.
Yep.
Talk to mums, not necessarily over, like, if it's an actual health condition or whatever.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, for example, I would take a mum's advice over a professional. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you know what, Al? Like, when Reuben's had his eczema, obviously I went to the doctors.
Yes. Oh my God.
This is a prime example of it, right? So I went to the doctors, back and forth at the doctors for months and months and months. Reuben obviously had severe eczema. It was blistering everywhere.
It was horrific. He was poor, like, I will never be able to erase those images out my head, because it was like, it was blistering, it was weeping, it was pussing, it was bleeding.
It was awful.
And they were so shit, some of those people you went to see.
They were giving him creams that had paraffin in them. And obviously I'd done so much research, and my mum found out that paraffin in any sort of cream that for a baby that's got eczema will actually flare it up more.
Because when you think about it, paraffin, they use paraffin as a burning gel.
And that's what it does. It burns the skin. And if you've got eczema especially, and your skin's sensitive, it burns it and brings it out in a red rash. And the doctors were going to us, oh, don't worry about it. Like, it will come out red and then it'll get better. But it wasn't. It was just blistering more and more.
It was making it worse, because it was acting as like, so if you think about it, you smother your baby in this cream to try and make it better. You put a baby grow on them. You then put a sleep bag or whatever they're sleeping in, right? They're going to bed. It's like a fucking oven. It's cooking the skin.
That's literally it. That, honestly, Al, I'm not even joking. It literally is. And also, the paraffin causes a barrier, so it stops your sweat glands from sweating. So it's holding all that moisture under your skin.
And then it just creates an infection.
It literally just creates an infection, blisters or whatever. So this is a prime example of going to another parent or person or a dad, whoever, over a doctor.
Or ChatGPT.
Or ChatGPT, yeah, literally. But we was at our local duck race, and we was in a pub, and we were explaining to someone, a guy who was a dad, at all these issues that Reuben was having, and he literally turned around and went, porridge oats. You need to get literal porridge oats that are 95p from Asda, put them in a sock and soak them in the bath. Soak his skin in porridge oats, and it's literally just 95p's worth of a bag. And you do that. And then my mum found out that you have to have a non-paraffin cream. So we use Happy Skin at the minute as a cream for Reuben, and it is £25 a bottle. We go through it every fortnight. But don't get me wrong, I will pay that £25 on subscription just to have his eczema gone.
Absolutely, because the pain that he was going through and the upset and the irritation and everything, like it was horrific. But you had to do all, like, there you go, like, you got a bit of advice from somebody else to try something. But again, you were researching, we were staying up. I even remember, like, me and you, the lads would be asleep and the babies, they'd be asleep and we'd be back and forth texting, like, have you tried this? Is that, what about this? Da, da, da. Oh my God, I've just read this. And it, like, oh, don't get me wrong, healthcare professionals, yes, you are amazing, absolutely. But I think sometimes, unless you see a specialist in that department, they didn't know that paraffin was flaring your toddler's skin up. Well, baby at the time.
Even when we went to a specialist for eczema, a skin specialist, she put a cream on Reuben then and there and was like, oh, try this on him. I was like, she just literally put it on him straight away. I was like, what's he got in it? She went, I'll let her read the ingredients. Paraffin. It had a massive flare up again. So we went to a skincare specialist and they still did the same. We only got it from speaking to someone who was a dad who had the same issues. But literally, if anyone's like, for me, I will always say to someone, if their baby's got eczema, Happy Skin cream, Happy Skin vests that are especially, like, they've got special material, and also porridge oats in the bath.
I told my friend about it. Her little girl has got bad eczema skin, and I said to her, do not buy creams with paraffin in.
Some creams or anything, and they can grow out it, don't get me wrong, but for me, I went to all the healthcare professionals, I went to all the doctors, and they just did not understand the pain that he was in and we was in seeing him like that.
You were back and forth for months and months and months and months and months, and you were in the doctors every other day. You went up to A&E, didn't you? Because he was literally, his blisters and the redness and the bleeding, the pussing was that bad that you actually took a trip to A&E, and you still got turned away. Just keep using the creams, and it was just making it worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you ended up solving it yourself, and you've never been back to the doctor since because of it. And his skin's gorgeous now.
It is, and his legs are back to normal. He gets a little patch just on his arm here.
Say you can get that as well, because obviously it's a sweat, yeah.
Isn't it? To be fair, probably babies that don't have eczema can probably get it as well. But yeah. This is why I loved seeing the comments come through and the messages come through from mums, because they genuinely wanted our opinions, and do you know what, we want their opinions as well.
We need to just say that we are not healthcare professionals, and please do not take all our advice.
That's sounding very professional, Al.
We are just giving you, this is our take on mum life, isn't it? And we're just being real, open, honest, and just hope that people can relate to the shit we're chatting.
Literally just the shit we're chatting. No, but it is. It's like our own opinions, and we've been through it all.
We find that obviously we know that motherhood is lonely, and we just wanted to create a platform for people to be able to sit there and go, oh my God, other people actually go through that too.
Oh my God, they get it. Oh my God, it's not just me.
Yeah, because I think if I have a lot of friends, and obviously with how close I am to my sister as well, who have already had children, but I genuinely don't know how I'd have got through pregnancy and then this new mum life without you, because we were obviously so close.
Always say that though, like, I don't get how you go through, because obviously our boys are 4 weeks apart and we're going through the same things at the same times, and there'll be little
well, you go through it and I'm like, shit, that's what I've got coming now in a couple of weeks.
I know. But when, like, Luca was sitting up at 4 months and Reuben was like 5 months, and he wasn't nowhere near sitting up, like, Reuben only sat up from like 6 months old, but I remember Luca sat up. I was like, why is my baby not sat up? It's like he's like a month older.
Do you remember when we went to that baby sensory class, and one of the many ones I dragged you along to?
Yeah, literally dragged me.
And Luca was there, sat up on his mat, like, woo, with his little, like, and he wouldn't lie down, would he? He was like, nope, I am sitting up. And I was like, my God, is this not a bit early? Anyway, I remember the woman, obviously, they see babies day in, day out, obviously. And she was like, oh, how old is he? I was like, literally
4 months old.
He'd literally just turned 5 months. And she was like, what?
No, because I was panicking thinking that Reuben were behind, and I thought, something's not right here.
We have realised though, haven't we?
Every baby's different. completely different to one another. So
So anyway, back to the
matter in hand. So obviously this lovely
first time mum.
mum to be. She's still pregnant, which I think is where a lot of the scary parts come from it, because as soon as your baby comes out, you just deal with it. That's one of the big things. As soon as your baby pops out, you have to deal with it. But when you start there pregnant, all the worries can fester in your head.
It's stewing, isn't it? What about this? What about that? Oh my gosh, what about... And again, there's only like... Both saw that then. What were... There's only so much textbook reading that you can do, and I find it so much nicer being able to listen to something, or like real life people.
I wish we had this podcast from someone else when we were pregnant, because I remember scouring Spotify, driving to work or driving somewhere with Reuben, and I was like, I need something. I need someone to touch on something with eczema. I need someone to touch on something with the sleep, because everything I was finding online just wasn't it.
It wasn't. You've tried it. I've done that. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
I needed real life mums as such to talk to me about something that I could be like, right, shit, I'll try that.
And you just had to grit and bear it, and just basically now he's just a toddler and they sleep better anyway.
12 months of 2 hours of sleep a night.
Sorry to anyone who, like, some children don't fucking sleep, like.
Mine didn't, so don't worry, guys. My baby didn't sleep for 12 months. So she mentions, and this was a big thing for me, and I was speaking to Stuart about it before we came and recorded this, right? And he was like, you're going to have to be careful what you say here, Lauren, because people might get offended. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. But for me, this is a touchy subject, because I got so riled by it.
Right.
You might not have.
I've read this message. So what?
Basically, she said that now she's got pregnant, she's found that other people have been saying to her, don't do this when you have a kid. Or when you have your baby, when they get to this age, it'll do this. So basically, people are giving her parenting advice when she's pregnant,
before she's had the child,
even had her baby, and she's basically thinking, it's not your child, just leave me be. And bearing in mind, she's messaged us for this, like she wants us to chat about it and hear our opinions, but she's getting this advice from people that she's not even asked for their opinion.
I remember that pissed me off when I was pregnant. I was exactly the same. I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but my child ain't even here yet. We don't know. Yeah. We don't know how my child's going to be. And
honestly, it riles me. It's a topic that aggravates me so bad.
It's almost like people are putting things into your head before it's happened. Like, I'm trying to think of an example.
I've got an example. So I remember when we just had Reuben and we'd gone to the restaurant that my auntie has, right? And he was a week old, I'd say, and he was sleeping beautifully, because Reuben for the first 3 weeks slept like a dream, right? He woke up once a night.
False sense of security.
Massively, right? And this is what this lovely old woman was telling me, right? And I remember walking out.
Oh, that it's not going to last.
Yes. And we're in our fucking bubble, right? And he was sleeping here up at 3 o'clock in the morning for one feed. And we thought, oh my God, this is blissful, right? And she went, I was telling her about it, and she went, it won't last, love. It won't last. When he gets to 3 weeks, he won't sleep, right? Anyway, he didn't fucking sleep after 3 weeks, right? She was right.
She's cursed you. She's like a fucking witch or something.
I'm in my pregnancy, my afterbirth bubble. I've got my new little baby.
Newborn bubble.
Yes, Stuart's on paternity leave. We're going out for a meal, and she popped it, right? And I thought, I remember saying to your mum, I'm so aggravated, because just leave me be. Yeah. Let me find out for myself what I needed to happen.
Because I bet you sat there. Well, you're still talking about it now, and he's 19 months old.
I know, aggravate. I remember it like that.
Yeah, that staying. I bet you were the first time he didn't sleep through that fucking woman.
Yeah. You have cursed me, bitch. I literally thought I was so angry. That. And when I was pregnant, when I was pregnant, I had people say to me like, "Don't give him a dummy unless he has to have a dummy, right?" And I was thinking, yeah, fair enough. Like, but people like nowadays, like Reuben, I've said before, Reuben's quite attached to his dummy. And that is something that we have just chosen to do because he sleeps now through the night. He asks for it now. But people go to me, he shouldn't be having that dummy now, should he? Or don't let him have that dummy if he doesn't need it. And I'm like,
what's it to do with you?
You don't understand why he needs that dummy on the daily. And that aggravates me.
Well, no. So I feel like I might have done this the other week to one of Kieran's friends, very close friends, and she's pregnant. And
oh yes,
they've been and I said to her, if there's one bit of advice I can give you is don't buy everything brand new. There are things that you can get secondhand, like absolutely, and take the hand-me-downs. And her partner was like, nope, I want to buy all brand new, whereas she's open to it. So she took, so she bought, Lauren, that sounded weird. Loz was selling
a bundle,
a baby bundle. That some of the bits you'd got second hand as well. You'd gone onto Marketplace or whatever and Vinted. But so yeah, I did. I said honestly, it's overpriced stuff that you literally use for a few months.
I know it is.
A few months. Like, there are certain bits that we've bought brand new, and I'm like, I wish I didn't have bought that brand new now, because
your Tommy tipping machine, you use that all the time. The Tommy tipping prep machine, you loved it.
But yeah, so I do. I feel like is that the same? That's not the same, is it?
I think that's the same. I think it's when someone tells you how to parent your child. And like another example, the other day, I got riled by this because I went to Reuben. Oh, do you want a yog? Snapped at me and went, you don't call it a yog, it's a yogurt.
I call it a yog though. Oh my God. I was in Aldi with him today and I went, Luca, do you want some yogs? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, the learning speed
is a repetitive, like repeat it, double it.
Yog, it's a yog. Yes. It's a dum-dum. It's a bot. Because you want your child.
Bye.
Yeah, bye. You don't go bye now. Bye, mummy. You don't say that now. And Stuart's point was, when he's 18 years old, he's not going to be going, can I have a yog, mummy? He's going to know it's a yogurt. But that, for me, I was just like...
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. I also think there's talking to a child, as in, they're still little, they're only just a toddler. Like... Everybody talks to the toddler like, well, some people might not, but yeah, I call it a yog, and I will carry on calling it a yog. And if somebody
size yog now,
do it on purpose. But if somebody is going to tell me, like, why did they even need to put in and say that? Oh.
No, that's what I mean. It aggravates me. So my advice to deal with these kind of situations is just, I've done it before where someone has said to me, he shouldn't be having that dummy. He doesn't need that dummy. He's not even crying, right? And I've just turned around and I've gone, can you do me a favour and not get involved with how I'm parenting Reuben? I've genuinely said this, like, because you're not with him day in and day out. He's happy, he's content, and he wants his dummy to watch TV because I know
he's your child.
I know what he wants, and he's happy, he's content. And the thing is though, if you don't address it with the people that have said it, it will just keep going on and it'll aggravate you more. Yeah. Same as in pregnancy. Yeah. If something's aggravating you, I literally have turned around before and said, can you do me a favour? Can you just leave me to do what I want to do? Because this is my baby and we will decide how we want to parent.
I feel like as well, just going off a little bit off subject, but I feel like as well, now since I've become a mum, I speak up a lot more. Like, I have more of a voice now because I'm like, I'm not listening to that. He's my child and I will do it my way.
And the thing is though, Luca is such a beautiful toddler. I was going to say baby then. Luca's so beautiful. Reuben's so beautiful. They're both so kind. Obviously, they have the little minutes. Absolutely. But Reuben having his dummy or being called yog and Luca doing whatever he is doing, that ain't causing no harm to any of them. But I did say this to this woman as well. I was saying to her, like, once
one's not in this picture because I've been hugging it for ages because I'm trying to open it but without a bit that was in the middle.
I had my Bacardi Breezer sipping on last one, mate.
Yeah, you did. I was giggling to myself about that today. That it was that you were talking with your hand and you were like, Anna, can I just have a minute?
But no, I can't remember what I was saying then.
Right, no.
Advice.
Yog. Fucking call it a yog.
Is for this: address the situation before it pisses you off so much that you snap. The people that were saying it to me now, a lot of them have stopped saying it because I've addressed it straight up in a nice way. You don't need to go all piss off.
You don't need to be shitty about it, but
and that's it. So she also touched on, right, and I know this is going to hit home with you because this was a massive thing for you, and it was something that you did really worry about. So she is worried that when she has a baby, maternity leave's ended and she goes back to work, the idea of leaving her child and not knowing what's happening all day, and not only not knowing what's happening, but also being told that they're learning something, and
it might not necessarily be happening.
Yeah. And the nursery nurses are just saying that to appease her or appease the mums, and this hits home to you because you were so anxious about Luca going to nursery.
So we went round. So to start off with, I think you just need to visit many nurseries. I think. Personally, I don't think you settle on the first nursery that you come across.
How many nurseries did you visit?
5, yeah. And then, again, I was quite lucky because I had you, and you actually moved Reuben from the first nursery that you'd picked.
You'd only visited one nursery.
So you'd only visited one nursery, and you moved in within the first 2 days, 3 days?
For like 2 weeks because it was like a continuous bout of shit that was happening at the nursery.
But you moved in. And then this new nursery that Reuben now goes to, obviously I hadn't picked my nursery and I hadn't been to visit this one. Anyway, they now both go to the same nursery. Yeah. So it was from a personal recommendation, and we've made a good relationship with, I feel like, the ladies at nursery.
The ladies at that nursery are just absolutely like amazing.
I'm just going to put it bluntly. I don't feel like they are bullshitting me at all. And do you know what as well? I think there are some, but I think we've both done this, especially like in the beginning when they both first started. We've like addressed little bits that have come up, and they've always had or looked into or asked a question or whatever. Like, when did he last have? Can I just double check when he last had a bottle, or even simple little things? Because yes, you're right. You want to know absolutely everything. I 100% know now, because when you first start, I think the nursery girls get it though as well. When new children start,
yeah,
they understand that you've got fucking Karen. You've got Karen mums. You have Karen mums. Like, I feel like I was a bit of a nightmare when Luca first started, but you know what I'm like. I think I'm not more protective, but I'm a bit more of a flapper about things than you.
This topic is good because you've got one way of how you dealt with it, and I've got another way of how I dealt with it.
I think there was a few times where I'd emailed in or rang up or sent them a message on the app or whatever, or spoke to them directly, and I just ask. And there's like, I was never a knob. I was never a knob. And I hope that none of my messages ever come across abrupt, because they weren't at all.
It's your pride and joy. It's your pride and joy. Your whole world is in that nursery.
If something wasn't sitting right or whatever, and it could be something stupid about, did he have his pseudocreme put on his bum today? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it, I fully get it.
It's all little bits like that. But I know that if Luca doesn't have pseudocreme put on his bum, he comes out in a little bit of a rash. No. Simple things like that. And again, it all comes down to the fact that you know your child. But again, I think you just have to. Sorry. But now we know that those girls at that nursery are absolutely amazing. Amazing. I can speak to any one of them.
No, and that's it. Like, when so Reuben went to a really bad nursery. Like, we picked our first nursery that Reuben obviously went to, you know that. Within 2 weeks I was moving in because there wasn't great stuff going on in a sense.
But then I think within after his first day, I think you were like, oh my God, this nursery.
Great stuff. I mean, like he had a milk allergy and he got given someone else another baby's milk. He got given another baby's bottle and he had to be on specifically Dr. Brown bottles for his reflux, and he got given another bottle. So I was like, no, right, get him out. And that's where my heart, do you remember that?
Remember that he got given someone else's bottle and he was like really like agitated, wasn't he?
Agitated. And one day he wouldn't, because he was 9 months when he went, and I was trying to wean him, and they give him frigging chicken nuggets and chips, and I was just like, my child can't even, he's struggling to eat purees at this point, like with lumps in it. He's not going to eat chicken nuggets and chips. Anyway, he didn't eat anything all day. I picked him up and he was literally shaking on the nursery floor. And I know this might make people feel anxious that are listening to this, that the babies are going to nurseries. However, I picked that up, I addressed it, and I clocked it, because you know your child, again, you know when something isn't right. Straight away, I found another nursery, and I got this recommendation off someone else, like you got it off me. And I went, and the difference in the aura, you will know when you walk into a nursery.
I wish we could big him up, but I can't say the nursery name, but
I'll say the nursery name, right? But oh my God, like, our boys are happy that you go in the morning.
loves it.
And don't get me wrong, your baby cries, so your baby will cry for the first couple of months that you take him into nursery, because it's something so different. But now I'll literally drop Reuben off.
He puts his arms out.
He goes to him now, but he has a little bit of a sour face. He's like, Mum, why are you leaving me? But he's so fine. And Reuben's obviously been at nursery nearly a year now, and I just trust the girls. Even when I don't get updates on Parent Zone,
I trust that they're fine.
I trust that whatever's happening, they can't update because they've got kids to look after. I get it. I can't text back sometimes.
Or sometimes it's just like, oh, sorry, we've just been doing nap time for everyone. We've not got round to it yet.
Or they've been this, or they've been that. And the thing is, for me as well, so I know a couple of my friends go to nurseries and they've got CCTV cameras that you can sign into, so you can see your kids actually playing. So that's one thing that a couple of nurseries do. Parent Zone is another one that is used, that obviously our nursery has, and you'll get constant updates and pictures, nappy changes, nap times, and nurseries.
Food, snacks, how much they've eaten, if they've eaten anything, if they've offered a substitute, like.
Yeah, it is, but you can also like ring the nursery as well. They always say to us, obviously the girls at the nursery now are like, if you need an update, just ring us, and they will ring you, because any slight incident, they'll ring you.
Not a time though as well. Oh yeah. And there is never not a time as well where they don't answer the phone.
No. Somebody
always gets the phone. It's like the number one rule, you have to answer the phone, because at the end of the day, that's a mum or a dad on the other, or a grandparent, whatever, on the other end of the line, wanting to obviously ask for it. But I don't hesitate now. Like, I don't feel weird about if Luca was upset the other morning because he'd been up early. He'd literally had a cat nap on the way into nursery. And when I dropped him off, he cried. Luca has not cried for 6 months going to nursery now. And I gave him, I think it was an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I just emailed in. And the nursery manager messaged me back within minutes and was like, he's all good. I've just done my morning rounds. He's happy as Larry. He gave me a big smile when I walked in the room. He sat there eating this and da-da. And you're reassured straight away. And I know that that's not bullshit, because he gets excited when we pull up on the car park now.
It's not bullshit. There is no bullshitting going on. And I get a call. If I've dropped Reuben off and he's been crying, I know within about half an hour I'm getting a picture of him eating his cereal or he's doing something. He's happy now, mummy. But you've got to go off your instincts. So I knew that the nursery that I first sent Reuben to probably wasn't the one. Yeah. I went for it because it was the closest to home, as such.
Well, yeah.
And that was why we went for it. But you get a feeling.
I think you've just got to do your rounds, and you'll know. And then at the end of the day, if it's not right, you pull them out straight away.
You pull them out, and your funding can get transferred, because a lot of people think that the 30 hours can't get transferred once they've been claimed. They can. It has to just be within a 2 week. I think it's a 2 week mark, which I just about made it.
Well, yes.
Yes. So nurseries, they are brilliant and they're so good for your kids. It's just you've got to get that feeling. Like when you buy a new house, you have to have that feeling when you walk in.
Oh, yeah. You've got to get the feels. You've got to get the feels.
And you'll know.
Then she says about parent and child parking spaces. So we've touched on this already.
And she said that in the message. She said, I've seen you've done a video on it previously.
Yes.
And obviously all the mums in the comments were like,
It went off.
It was Rant Central. We were all loving it.
It went off. So she's basically put, why is there more accessible spaces than parent and child parking spaces? Parent and child spaces need to be more considered. Why do people park so closely as well so you can't get in with your bump? Yeah. So I think she's maybe meaning that if you park into a normal space, normal spaces are smaller anyway, aren't they? Oh. And this is why we touched on it and said that if you're pregnant and you have a physical bump and you are struggling and you need that door wide open, and then by the time you've got in the car, you can't reach it because you're like, ugh! Yeah, literally though. But absolutely, parking parent and child. And if there's no parent and child parking spaces, park in a disabled spot or an accessible spot. But I also don't understand the amount of people who said no. Yeah, I know there were a lot of people that said, I think one person actually said to us, I find it awful that pregnant people are parking in parent and child spaces when I've got 5 kids that I have to get out of the car. Right? I tell you now. Well, have you not been pregnant 5 times and not experienced the struggle? Exactly that. But it's not only that. When I was pregnant, I struggled to get myself out of a space more than I struggled to squeeze Reuben out of a space that isn't a parent and child. I can get him, I can squeeze in, unclip the buckle and squeeze him out of a spot. When I was pregnant, I could not physically get out of a spot if the gap wasn't 4 meters wide. And another one, if you are pregnant with children already, so it's not your first child, oh my God, well, what if there's no parent and child available? I'm parking in an accessible spot. You've got to park in the accessible spot. It's a physical thing that... Well, exactly. It is a physical thing. And I'm telling you now as well, the amount of people, and this isn't everybody, but the amount of people who have a disability badge or whatever, the amount of people who park in parent and child spaces because for some reason, let's say the Aldi near me, the Aldi car park, the parent and child spaces are at the front of the store, right? And it's not much easier to get to the entrance, and the disabled spots are down the side. Everybody just uses the parent and child. Happened today, pulled up, and I was like, oh. And there was this carer getting an elderly lady out of the car in a parent and child spot, and they had no children with them because they tootled off, unless they left them in cardboard, and then they didn't. But they tootled off into Aldi, and they'd parked in a parent and child space. They're allowed to do it, but if I went and parked in an accessible... I was shouted at once off an old elderly guy for parking in an accessible space. What, when you was pregnant? When I was pregnant, and I was like... Mate, how do you expect me to get out of the fucking spot? I'm not being funny, but as well, you don't try and challenge a pregnant woman. Bopped out. Quit left up there. Yeah, no, absolutely. Do you not find it mad though how you can get fined for parking in a disabled spot, but you can't get fined for parking in a parent and child? And I just find that crazy. It's because you have some sort... some people struggle with the hips, like you. Yeah, you're struggling with mobility, so... Someone else that messaged us is struggling with the hips, and she said she felt like a 90-year-old woman, and it's like, she is struggling. Because you can't get a temporary pass. No, you can't. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I've never heard of it anyway. No. But I just find it absolutely mental how people park in the spots when they shouldn't. So I think absolutely just... Go for it. You park where you need to park at the end of the day, whether you're pregnant with child, not. Whether you are pregnant or have children. If you don't have children and you're just being a lazy so-and-so. Yeah. Then piss off and go and park in a normal one because it's so annoying. Well, she was saying, obviously, why is there more disabled spots than there is, obviously, accessibility spots than there is parent and child. And I think that is just something... that it's just... I just don't think it's been like you say, it's not been considered yet. It's not, and I don't think it's a thing. Eventually I think it will be, but also
it's an actual thing. You have to apply for obviously a disabled parking space and stuff like that. Parent and child, you don't have to. Anyone can park in them, even if you have a kid or not. So I think that is why there are more disabled spaces.
And don't feel bad about it. And if anyone tries to challenge you about it,
You say, I can't physically get out of space.
either ignore them, or if you're feeling in a ranty mood that day, tell them.
Give them what for.
Tell them, because if they've got the cheek to approach you about it, give them it back.
100%, because I tell you now, I would have done when I was pregnant. I will now.
Yeah, I would as well. I would. Speaking of parking, right, so
Go on.
I saw the other day on, I can't even remember it. I don't know if it was something like one of these parking like a twat groups on Facebook or something, right? Can't remember where I saw it. But somebody had taken a picture of, so do you know Charlotte Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love her.
I do as well. I love her content.
Oh my God, I think she is brilliant. She's so real.
Straight to the point, and she's real, and she don't care about her body. She's just her.
Because as well though, totally going off, the fact that she puts herself out there the way that she does is so real, and every credit and hats off to her, because I wouldn't have the confidence to do that.
Oh, I wouldn't either.
Absolutely not.
She's so genuine.
And so genuine. I love her. But anyway, somebody had taken a picture of her, right? Outside her kid's school.
Right.
And you could see the school, and you could see like the road it was on, and other like the residential area and stuff. Yeah. And she was walking across the road back to her car, right? And somebody had snapped a picture of her, right? And where she's parked on right on the corner of a side street, right?
Right, okay.
So again, parking like a twat. So that they'd posted her in this group, right, and said, "Who does she think she is?" Not got it word for word. I don't know what I'd saved it on, but in a nutshell, they'd said, "Who does she think she is? Just because she's a local celebrity, that she thinks that she can just park wherever?"
Oh my God.
In this photo was multiple other cars parking like a twat, right?
Just targeted her because she's famous.
Because of who she is. Which, so you go to the comments. Everybody goes to the comments. So you go to the comments, and there's obviously people absolutely slagging her off. There were people saying, "Why on earth would you post that and name her? You can clearly tell what school that is. If you are a local, you know what school her children go to, and she might not publicly want that out there."
Think about that.
Yeah. Then also they were like, "What about all the other people who park like a twat?
Well, yeah.
Why are you just targeting her?"
But bless her, she might have been in a rush, right? Or she might have got there last minute and there were no fucking space. But I bet the people that were backing her up were probably mums.
Because schools don't have enough parking as it is.
No, they don't.
A lot are on tiny little streets or busy main roads or residential areas or whatever. There isn't parking. Everybody parks like a twat for 5 minutes. Get over it.
I bet she was stood in that playground going, "Right, kids, hurry up, I've parked, like, I'd get in the car, like, come on."
But they've not seen that. They've just thought, "That's Charlotte Dawson, I'm going to take a snap of her." Yeah, that is. It really annoyed me. It really annoyed me.
I find it bad, Al, that the fact that a school's on there as well.
Yeah.
And if you're a local, now you know what school her kids go to.
It's not fair. Like, I think they've just seen it as an opportunity to go, "That's Charlotte Dawson."
Literally, yeah.
And again, and honestly, like, the people who were saying, why haven't you said that silver BMW or that white, whatever it is, like, why have you not said that they're parking like an idiot as well?
No, I do. I find that wrong.
My mum and dad's house is, so they live on an estate, and at the end of the estate there's a primary school. Yeah. We know if you go into my mum and dad's or whatever at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 8:30, whatever, you give yourself half an hour in between. Yeah. Like 8:45 till 9:15, you avoid it. Like, no, it's literally for half an hour that it's a fucking nightmare. Like,
our old house used to have, there's a school just literally across the road, and you couldn't get a fucking space. No. But I was like, it just is what it is, because in half an hour's time, everyone will have gone and your space is available again. Unless you have been a mum or a dad dropping your kids off in a school run, and especially if you're running late, or nursery run, especially if you're late, you will not understand that.
Exactly, but I also think some people are just absolute Karens and have got nothing better to do.
But I don't get why people don't have something better to do, me, because I couldn't think of anything worse than taking a picture of Charlotte fucking Dawson or someone else and posting it and making her feel like shit.
Them parking like an idiot. I'm not being funny. She wasn't the worst parked on the street.
No, I get that.
And it's like she's just dropping her kids off. Like, you're right, maybe she couldn't have parked on that corner. But what about the other 3 people that were parked on that corner or opposite or this, that, the other? Everybody does it and it's carnage. It's chaos. We all get it. Why don't you write to the school and go,
you need more parking.
Parking spaces, or you need to cordon. The school outside my mum and dad's cordons off bits of the road. Bits of the road so it's safe.
Yep. Do that.
You just got to use your common sense at the end of the day. But anyway, Charlotte Dawson, we love you.
Yeah, we do. We very much like you. Love how real you are, and definitely don't judge you for parking on a corner, because I've definitely done it.
I'd have done exactly the same. But anyway, and I feel like, what if you were running late that morning? We've all been there. You've run late in the morning. You need to get your kids to school. It's like 2 minutes to 9.
Yeah, it's what I was just saying. If you're literally running late as well, you're parking wherever the fuck you can park, because you've got to get your kids to school and you've got to get yourself to work.
Exactly. Oh, but anyway.
Rant over for now. I love a good rant though, me, Al.
I love a good rant. I need it.
Not doing ranting Fridays or something like that.
Ooh.
Get all mums in comments to it. Yeah.
Have a good rant on a Friday to end the week, to start your weekend. Saturday, start your weekend fresh.
Yeah. This is it. I reckon we should do that. All the mums get in the comments and proper have a little bitch about life. Then start your weekend fresh with your kids. Yeah. Vented, detoxed.
Oh, yeah. No, I vibe that.
Yeah, I'm vibing it.
Right, well, watch this.
Watch this space. You'll see me and Ellie on Friday going, fucking fuck that!
Oh, right. So we're going to have to wrap it up because we can't even finish that because we've just gone off on one.
Yeah, so I think the other topics that obviously that woman mentioned,
which we will touch on.
The brilliant topics that we need to talk about, but I think you've got to get so in depth about it to really touch on everything. And
one of the topics that she wanted to touch on, we actually have this on our list of subjects to touch. Yeah. So we will touch on that on the next episode.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you very much. Like, subscribe and follow on across all our platforms because we are on many and I'll get lost to list them now.
So we are on TikTok, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're also on Instagram, and we're also on YouTube as well. You can find our full videos on YouTube or Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can find our shorts and our little snippets and our funny bits on TikTok and Instagram, and we're at Say It Like a Mum podcast across everything. But yeah, thank you very much for listening. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, please just drop them in the comments or message us. We would absolutely love that.
I feel like this is a good thing to do because we've done our birth stories now.
Bored of them.
Bored of it.
Bored of it. Not doing it again.
Not doing it. So yeah, no, it's nice to hear what people want us to touch on and because again, it's relatable stuff. That's all we're doing, relatable stuff. But yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, and we will catch you again in 2 weeks.
Yes, no worries. We'll see you then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.